Yo, what is good, everyone? Welcome to another Breachers VRML cast. We are in the regular season now, so let's get this match underway. I'm your host, Juice, joined today by the one and only Scorch. Scorch, how are the vibes going right now? What it do, man?
Vibes are pretty good. It's going pretty well. I had a fun day watching college football, so excited to get into this matchup. A little bit of a different game, obviously, but yeah, BLC and ZER0. I'm very excited to see how these two pan out against each other. I know ZER0 is coming back from the previous season, and BLC is the new creation of LBC. So I'm honestly excited.
I am also very excited, as some people might not know, but some people do. ZER0 was my former team. I love everyone on this team. These are my boys, and I'm excited to see how this game goes. You know, as we did win CC last season, Scorch, you know I got that finalist skin handy.
Yeah.
He's jealous because he doesn't have a finalist skin. Scorch
I'm so jealous.
He turned into a caster hoping that they hand out finalist
not
skins.
True.
It is true.
It's not true.
No, just listen to me, everyone. It is true. Scorch became a caster just so we could get a free finalist skin if they give them.
You are
I'm
spreading rumors.
These are not rumors. These are proven facts, everyone. Proven facts.
Okay.
If you ever see Scorch in a game, please tell him. If he ever has a finalist in his hand, he is a fake finalist. Make sure you guys point that out.
That's exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
Bet you weren't expecting this.
That's exactly what's going
I bet
to
you weren't
happen.
expecting this
That's
stuff, huh?
exactly-
He was not expecting
exactly.
this. We are ready for this game, though. Shut up, Scorch. Let's get into this.
Okay.
BLC on the attack. Drone.
Whatever.
Checking out Tetris area. Stinger playing right outside Tetris and takes out Flicker very early on. And that's also EMP down outside of Tetris, but Stinger taking down the 10 HP.
BLC electing to go for a cubby play with Coative and Blue, trying to prevent that cubby play from occurring. EMP is now picked up by Lion of Judah, so they are going to be setting up the motion to take control of the cubby and plant the EMP. Seems like they might be waiting a little bit for what is going on. So now foam is going off. Coative now throws a nade. A little bit of an F-tier nade as it does not get any... Oh, actually, excuse me. Lion of Judah got a little bit of damage done onto it. So now the EMP is planted as the Incend goes out. Since Lion of Judah is sitting up on top of the table, he is not getting any damage done. Another Incend goes out, so it is the floor is lava right there as Muncie takes out one. Michi takes out another. with Maziradzi going up on the top, but he's able to take out one in Coative, able to take out Blue, and Lion of Judah getting taken out by Muncie, so now it is all up to Maziradzi, but Michi able to take him out, and that should be the first round for ZER0.
Muncie turned the corner, and whoever was on the table, like, oh my god, you gotta watch that in the cast, Scorch. Oh my god, that was so funny. Muncie didn't know that the guy was on the table, and he ran into Cubby, and he like turned his head, and the guy was just there. Oh my god, that was absolutely hilarious. But good retake from ZER0 right there. That was absolutely beautiful. They used the incense. Lion Judah, it was a good job by him getting on that table because they threw 2 incense at him. He was able to get on that table, get that EMP down, but it ended up being a 2v5. The BLC team just fell apart really quick after getting the EMP down, and it was a good retake from ZER0 right there. And going up 1-0, I'm liking the start here from ZER0.
1-0. So it was a beautiful start by ZER0, especially with, like you said, where he almost died and Cubby was able to find out where he was. But give credit where credit is due. BLC was able to take control of the Cubby area even while those players were still in lockers, and able to plant that EMP with the floor is lava there. I believe all 4 incense were placed. So we're still able to get it down. Just unfortunate that they were not able to get onto Hatch in time to take control. But round 2 is now commenced. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock. Maziradzi elects to blow the Hatch immediately. Coative sitting in A, the sole player in A, with 2 players in Michi and Muncie sitting in War Room. Stinger in Connector holding that angle. So a bit of an anchor play for this ZER0 squad as Cybermilk is in the B objective. Cream Baby 2 looking to go up, foam the wall before he elects to blow, waiting for this team to get into position, and Maziradzi almost dies to that incense from the back of A.
The C4s are coming into play here from ZER0. They have War Room open. Modzi, with that instant, got down really low. Flashbangs are being tossed below the hatch. Kazoo is actually on the gravel window. He's going to jump into bathroom, so we have a bit of a flank, but the proxy is going off, so Michi knows. Cream Baby gets one, but Cream Baby gets a second through the War Room wall being open, and Kazoo cleans it up outside bathroom, and it's all up to these 2 ZER0 players, and Connector Stinger takes out one. Quick refrag. It's all up to Cybermilk now. In a 1v4 post-plant situation, there's not much you could do here from Cyber.
Yeah, it's really tough to be able to take back this, but I have seen other players clutch up, and that is the first pick he needs. Looking to see if he can get the second. Does end up getting the second, but not without struggle onto Cream Baby 2. So now elects to stick with the Spectral, even though there was an Omen. Oh, no, there was a Spectral. So now Lion of Judah takes out Cybermilk to deny any sort of ability to clutch that up. And now BLC has tied up this first map, and the connoisseur votes might be sweating a little bit because, I mean, that was a pretty solid play by this BLC team, and they're starting on attack for Factory. So far, they're looking pretty well.
I was going to say that. That was a really good attack. They had everything. They took orange, and because that War Room wall was open, Cream Baby was able to get that second player, and you're diminishing the numbers just like that. You had that player coming through bathroom, kind of just going for a pinch. They all flooded site, threw utility down, got EMP down, and then it just became Cybermilk by himself right there, him against the world. He took out 2, so maybe he hurt the economy just a little bit on BLC, but ZER0 loses that round. BLC, it was a really good attack. It was really nice, and
yeah,
it's watching a well coordinated attack is beautiful. It's beautiful, and they tied it up 1-1.
I would have to agree with you. It is absolute pure cinema when you see teams like that work together and play together, especially being able to take out those picks, because they had a really solid defense. ZER0 did. It was just BLC was clicking on all 4 cylinders, with Stinger with a beautiful C4 onto Cream Baby to take him out. So now 5-4 immediately. Another C4 goes out. Did a little bit of damage done on the Kazoo, dude. Almost 2 picks with the C4. So this Zero team elects to use both the C4s to go for picks instead of possibly opening the hatch or the wall. So if I was BLC, I would realize that now, knowing that they have full control of storage like it was before the C4 was added. So it's pretty easy to take control with Zero. All 5 still sitting in inside sight.
Good instant right there from Muncie, I believe. Takes line of Judah down to half. But it was the first C4 from Stinger was really good as he swings the door, takes out 2. Not able to take out the third as Kuwaitiv, though, gets that quick refrag, and it's all up to Kazoo now outside. So that push, it got denied so fast. It looked like they were taking space, and then Stinger just shut it down, got those 2 players, and then you got Cybermilk cleaning it up on that last player outside. And Zero taking a 2-1 lead now. It was very, very aggressive defense right there.
I was a little surprised to see that worked very well, especially considering that there was no roams, but Zero ended up just being like right up in their face, swinging the doors that they needed to, getting the picks that they did, and when the wall was blown, able to swing off of the wall, and it was all storage control by BLC. So in most situations that you see in this VRML league is that when these teams have control of the outside rooms like storage, lounge, bathroom, etc., it's really difficult to be able to play defense because that entire room unlocks your full potential on being able to push that site. So good for Zero to, even though realizing that they gave control up to storage, they did not give control up onto site.
Round 4 now. Got 2 full-buy rifles coming out from Zero. Let's see how this push goes for BLC. Kuwaitiv, Stinger once again holding the lockers area really heavy. Kuwaitiv throws that instant, denying them this window entrance. And Kuwaitiv actually takes out one that... did he drop the hatch? Takes out one early on. So Zero with the numbers advantage and very aggressive hold here outside of lockers with that proxy on the window. Lion drops hatch, throws a flash. And the BLC team running in right now. Kazoo takes out one. Refrag though by Kuwaitiv. Zero has the man advantage. Kuwaitiv swings out, takes out one. Lion with a quick refrag. And once again, BLC, 2 players left, but they are very low. They have to take on 3 full health Zero players.
They do have that Vezin in hand, so if they can go back onto Tetris, and wow, that C4 is extremely close.
If he just blows it, it'll kill him.
All he needs to do is blow it up, but he is preventing that. So Cream Baby able to push up with that Viper. Still no stim in hand. There is a stim and Vezin over in Tetris. The Cream Baby able to take out one in Cybermilk. Now 2-2 with that incense out. Cream Baby now denies that C4, pushing up, tries to take out another, but Michi able to take him out with the Omen, and now it is all up to the line of Judah with that Vezin. So he did have the gun difference, but did not, unfortunately, have the health. And Muncie able to take him out with that Viper, and that is a 3-1 lead onto Zero.
I wonder what Cyber was waiting for with that C4. I thought he was going to blow it immediately. He had Cream Baby dead to rights. If he would have just pressed the button, he would have had that kill. But instead, Cream Baby, playing discipline, had that cloak, just kind of crouch walked over, and he actually took out Cybermilk. So in a situation where it looked like Cyber would have the easiest kill of his life, Cream Baby flipped the script. But Zero did still end up winning the round. So good on them, but I've never seen that before, because usually, Scorch, when people throw a C4, they're immediately pressing the button just to blow it up. But
wait, did he throw it and then, or was that already pre-placed?
No, he threw it, and he was holding the detonator, and he just never blew it up.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that is something I have never seen that as well. Usually when people throw it, they want to immediately blow it unless they're placing it on a wall or a hatch.
It was strange to me. I saw him throw it, and I was like, oh, that's the easiest kill of his life. And he was one-handing his gun with the detonator in his other hand, and he just never blew it in Cream Baby. Able to capitalize off it and get that pick, but Now we get into this 5th round. Drone upstairs in the lockers, clearing out the flank. We don't have any. We actually have 1 0 player playing deep outside of vending, so the drone didn't see him. But I wonder if one of these BLC players are going to keep an eye on it. And once again, C4 used to open up the war room wall. So let's see if it works out this time for these 0 players.
So they, BLC elects to blow the hatch into Cubby upstairs just to keep control of that lockers, keep Coative, who is sitting in lockers, guessing. But Coative just playing close on Tetris just to try and bide his time, not have any sort of info as to where he is. Now he likes to push up into closer towards lockers. If he's able to, he can take out Flicker, but an immediate push on Maziradzi and Cream Baby 2 into orange with Muncie at that absolute pixel peak of an angle, sitting close. Flicker pushes down, gets Incend, and gets taken out by Sabermilk. Flicker with a S-tier Incend onto Stinger. Coative now sitting on that hatch, so these BLC players do not realize that he's on hatch. That could be detrimental if they're not able to realize that in time, and Coative sitting close on that box, so I thought Lion of Judah was able to push up, but Muncie taking out Maziradzi, Michi taking out Kazoo Dude, so now it is 4-2, but Cream Baby 2 able to take out Muncie, so now 3-2. Still with that player up on hatch, and Lion of Judah gets taken out by Coative, and now Coative drops. Look to see if he can take out the second, and he does in Cream Baby 2, but not before Cream Baby was able to take out Michi. So now 0 up 4-1.
It was a good job from 0 right there. There was no flank watch for BLC, so who was it? Coative was able to take complete control of hatch after it was popped, and he played it very patient. He didn't immediately drop. He sat there and waited for someone to peek the door, and he was able to shoot their toes on a one-way angle. They couldn't even see him. Got that pick, dropped the hatch, took out that last player. So 0 going up 4-1, and kind of a dominant fashion. They had one bad round that BLC was able to capitalize off of, but since then they've been winning these rounds. And it's definitely a good half because everyone knows Factory is a pretty defensive-sided map. So maybe BLC will come back on the side flip and maybe have a better defense. But last round, everyone's got to spend their money. Everyone can buy for both teams except Flicker. He is buying a Cadillo. But you have to keep in mind, Scorch, the utility. We don't see a lot of util on BLC because they just barely had enough to only buy guns.
It really is tough. I would say one player possibly on BLC to kind of go half buy and full buy all the util for the team, because guns is just as important as utilities to be able to win each round. But let's see if BLC can pull this out with a C4 already going out. A little bit of damage done on the Maziradzi, but that is about it. Stim is now in hand. Another C4 goes off. And Maziradzi somehow didn't die to that, so he has now collectively wasted both C4s and an S-tier nade onto Cream Baby 2. So good uses of util for this team. And now another Incend goes out, preventing this team from pushing up on BLC. So a perfect util currently for 0 to prevent these players from pushing up, getting as much damage as they can. Coative now pushing up, taking out one, but immediately getting refragged in Lion of Judah. So now 0 up 4-3 with the help of those utility kills. Flash goes out. Lion of Judah gets flashed, but Incend a little bit done, and now Stinger pushes up, takes out one, and Kazoo Dude.
The utility placement from 0 was pretty much the name of that round. Cyber able to take out one in Flicker. It's all up the Lion of Judah. It's last round. You might as well try something, but you are in a rock and a hard place. You have 19 health going against 300 health. You don't have a stim. You do have a full buy rifle. You have foam. You don't have EMP though. So if you're Lion of Judah, what do you do here? You got to try to isolate ones, but if you get hit by anything, you die here.
It is really close, but he has that Marui in hand, so all he needs to do is hit that headshot, and Lion of Judah able to take out the headshot one onto Cybermilk. Can he do it again? Possibly this player sitting on box, and he does not, as Muncie able to take out Lion of Judah to secure a 5-1 shutout for this BLC team. And now BLC is starting on the defense. So I believe it was ZER0 that chose factory first. So maybe BLC was like, let's just get the hard part out of the way first. If we get as many rounds as we can on attack, we can go strong on defense. So hopefully that maintains for this BLC side. And these connoisseur votes obviously are heavily in favor of ZER0, but for the few that are voting for BLC, I sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
If you're ZER0 right now, you got to be happy though. Going up 5-1 on a defensive side of map, this is definitely a good half. BLC though, they got to try something here if they want to try to secure this map 1. I mean, you can't even give up 2 rounds. It's all ZER0 needs. You got to have a strong attack here. Or a strong defense, rather. You have to have a strong defense here if you want to stay in this game. I'm curious to see how aggressive they play. And it seems like they're going to have one far flanker, upstairs flicker, in vending. But besides that, everyone else is sitting near or in sight.
Coative sitting immediately on that orange window, electing to help his team push up. Michi and Muncie now push up. Foam the hatch before blowing it at all. They might want to go downstairs. Not quite sure what they are planning on doing. It seems like maybe a basic orange play as hatch now does get blown. The Zoo Dude sitting in war room, so I'm surprised that wall is not blown, although it is round 1. C4 is $400, but we have a minute and 50 seconds remaining on the clock. ZER0 electing to push up into bottom orange, take control quickly before this BLC team does anything. Now Muncie able to push up and foam the wall, and now Cybermilk is still remaining on this hatch to prevent what Coative did the previous rounds and take control of that hatch, but Flicker trying to remake what Coative ended up doing, but still a little bit of a stalemate as now the orange wall is blown. Still 5-5, however.
Dude, Stinger just looked away at the wrong moment. He was holding down orange for so long. And the second the wall opened, he looked out the breach. And Kazoo able to get a crucial pick right there. And it seems like he might try to rotate back the side as we have the hatch drop from ZER0. Cyber takes out 2, took out 1 with the Cyclone, the other with an Instant. Modzy sitting in the smoke, but Flicker on the hatch takes one out. And Michi by himself in a 1v3 right now takes out Modzy. It's now a 1v2, but the EMP is on the box, and he knows that someone's upstairs and the other person was last seen downstairs. You got to try to isolate your ones, which is happening right now. Michi, it seems like he's going to try to take his one upstairs. Flicker, 100 health though. Michi, 78. All is going to come down to these headshots, but there's 30 seconds left, so Michi has to make a play soon.
Might come down to Michi able to isolate his ones, especially with Kazoo Dude and Flicker separated, but Kazoo Dude is electing to push up with him on hatch. So now Michi is trying to plant the EMP, but here's one on hatch. Gets a little bit of damage done, but Kazoo Dude able to push back down the orange stairs and take out Michi. So that is 1 round for BLC. Can they get another?
It was a good defense. It was a good defense, and they had that late flank roamer upstairs. Flicker was able to get a crucial pick on the hatch, and Kazoo downstairs able to get one on the orange stairs. That kind of pulled that round together for BLC right now, with the possibility of a comeback. I mean, you're still down, but there's plenty of game left, and you're now on the more favorable side, so you can definitely make a run here and probably either send this one to OT or just win it outright.
It is definitely going to be tough for sure, but like you were saying before, they are now on the easier side, on the defensive side, especially being able to use the new gadgets and C4s to be able to open up walls and hold areas easier, or use those C4s like we saw in the previous rounds for the ZER0 squad as kills when trying to enter. So hopefully BLC is able to adapt to all of these guys' play styles on ZER0, and it looks like they might be using the C4 onto Locker's wall when ZER0 ends up pushing up towards Cubby. So now already 1 and 2 into Tetris, and a quick push up, but Lion of Judah able to take out Coative, and Cybermilk just decides to push back, realizing it's not worth it, and almost an S-tier nade onto Stinger. Would have been so unfortunate for Stinger, but Stinger able to keep his body up while being down. 5-4, EMP goes out. Cybermilk elects to plant it. Muncie takes out one. Radzi takes out Michi. Now before Michi able to take out Flicker, and now Muncie pushes up, takes out Radzi. So now 3-2.
Ooh, now it's a 2v1 and 2-0. Lion of Judah takes out 2. Kazoo got 1. I thought when ZER0 got the EMP down, they were going to have someone on the roof holding from hatch. But they didn't. They kind of stayed in sight and allowed for that retake. The hatch position for the post plant on here is near unbeatable. But they elected to stay in sight rather and lost a 3v3. Lion of Judah throwing up the 6-7. He got those 2 picks, and once again, it was a great retake from BLC. And popping that locker's wall, Lion of Judah, he popped it at the perfect moment when that player was just dropping the hatch. Got a free pick, and you win the round. And BLC has the opportunity here to come back. So if you're ZER0, you cannot take this team lightly. You have to lock in. But BLC, on the other hand, I'm liking what I'm seeing.
I know you're certainly hoping and wishing that ZER0 locks in, but I think the reason why they did not they did not elect to go for the hatch play is because they planted it so close to the edge of Cubby, and they were unable to possibly maybe even see it from hatch. So with that lean peak, even so on the hatch, I just don't know if they'd be able to see it, but now we are already in round 9, and it is a very, very quick round as they're electing to blow both A walls and get in there as Muncie takes out one, and Radzi. Incense go out. The Zudu getting an S tier C4. Stinger takes out Cream Baby. EMP is now down. Lion of Judah pushing in through connector, trying to see if he can take out one, and he doesn't. Stinger, but he immediately gets refragged by Coative. Michi able to take out Flicker. Kazoo Dude looking to push out, but gets taken out by Cybermilk. And blink and you miss. It was super quick, and ZER0 elected to go for a very fast play in hopes that BLC would be full on to the B storage, and they were.
Completely fooled the BLC team. ZER0 took space very quick, took electrical area, and got the picks. They threw the incense, used their util right, popped both the walls, got EMP down, held it from outside, and it was a tough retake for BLC right there. It was like every angle was being held by ZER0, and it was a great post-plant hold from ZER0. I mean, they were holding like every single angle, and it ended up going to what, a 1v3, 1v4. And it was also a team ace, so everyone on the ZER0 team contributed right there. But for BLC, you have to wonder, maybe have someone on the back side, because you can't just leave a site completely open like that and allow for such an easy take of a site.
Yeah, I mean, it was super, super quick, and there should have been possibly one, maybe 2 players sitting. I know some people elect to sit in electrical to prevent that kind of stuff from happening. So it seems like a little bit of a misplay onto BLC's side, only defending really one site, and it looks to be another pretty quick setup for this ZER0 squad as they are now in Tetris and in this Cubby hatch area. Flashes go out, but they are not electing to push into Cubby, and Cybermilk takes out one, Michi takes out another, Cream Baby takes out one, Flicker takes out another, and Coative takes out Cream Baby. So now it is already a 1v2 with EMP down, one player in Coative sitting in Vending, another player in Stinger sitting on top of Hatch. So it is, again, a super quick round that they just did not expect from BLC's side, and it was the default play, just a different little angle on it. And I wonder if BLC not playing roams would have helped, but Coative able to take out Kazoo Dude, and now that is 7-3 from BLC, or excuse me, from ZER0.
It was a great push. They took that vending area quick, and they were getting the EMP down, Scorch, with one death. It was a 5v4, and they were able to get the EMP down And in a span of probably about 3 seconds, so many people just died. There was ensigns, bullets. It was like World War II. Gunfire, back and forth. Both teams fire everywhere. Grenades, everything. And ZER0 ended up coming on top with 2 players still alive at a 7-3 victory. That was a great first game, and we will be back, everyone, here soon with this map too. So ZER0 going up 1-0 now. And we are back into the second map. We are going to Arctic. So, Scorch, how are we feeling about the second matchup here?
Feeling kind of iffy, considering that BLC has now started on the attack once again. So they have elected to go for the attack twice on 2 pretty defensive maps. Or actually, I believe BLC chose this map this time. So now they are starting on the attack. So maybe they have something up their sleeve on the attack, considering that it is probably one of their better maps. I didn't look at any of the previous maps that they were playing, and it seems like there really wasn't any, because they faced 18 and NOS. Both ended up being forfeits. So this will definitely be interesting from this BLC side. I feel like they might have something up their sleeve, but ZER0 starting on the defense already, electing to go for a bit of an aggressive play with Muncie and Coative sitting close onto this gym, blowing the gym wall. I like immediately using the C4 in this situation, but Ruby having that Jesper. We see only one Jesper in hand, and it looks like to be on the BLC side, so it'll be definitely interesting for sure to see how this plays out. But Razi looking to push up, possibly getting seen by one in Coative, but Incen goes out and does not take anybody.
We see a sub from the BLC team, I'm pretty sure. What, was Ruby playing last game? I don't know if Ruby was, but yeah, Ruby with...
Yeah, Ruby is a new player. Okay,
Ruby with that Jesper, though. I don't know what they decided to buy. It doesn't seem like they bought much, considering they still have $625, but... I like the hold. I like the hold from ZER0 right here. You use a C4 on pistol round, and you're able to pop this gym wall right now, and you're going to just... play it really aggressive, but there's a switch up from the BLC side. They try to go for an A, but Stinger takes them out. And that's also the foam. So ZER0 now has possession of the foam. Inside of sight right now. Modzy sitting close on this door. Ruby close on breach. And I wonder how BLC is going to try to attack this as Michi swings, takes out one. Quick refrag go by Cream Baby 2 as Coative takes out one on the breach, making it a 4-2 in favor. Now a 4-1 in favor of Zero.
Kazoo Dude able to take out Muncie, but Cybermilk takes out Kazoo Dude, and that is already 1-0 in advantage of Zero. So, Juice, you have to be pretty happy, I would say, of the outcome currently. How are you feeling about this match?
You know what? I just saw Michi's mom is in the chat. Everyone say hi, Michi's mom. Hi, how are we doing? Your son.
Hello, Michi's mother.
Your son is the GOAT. Your son is the GOAT. That man was in the Challenger Cup with us back in the day. I used to be on his team. We've parted ways now, but Michi is a great person. Look at him. Absolute stellar young man. Look at him with that finger wag. Oh, he's looking nice right now. Michi is the GOAT. That's all we need. That's all we need is Michi, and we will prevail. But yeah, I'm happy right now. You know, well, I try not to be biased, but I love my boys at Zero. But BLC is also a good team, so they're not quite out of the woods yet. They still have to end this map. Okay, yeah, this he's a little chubby, but Zero up one.
You're doing the same. Shut up.
I don't know what he's talking about. Zero up 1-0 already, and they actually have two players really far away outside. Modzy getting this drone to go to the B breach. There are trip mines though that do get pinged out. Kind of a waste of a grenade though from the BLC team. They had a drone going to the wall, but they threw a grenade back there still. Cream Baby shoots the trip mines out. So now the wall is free to be blown. Cream Baby 2 does have the foam now. Wonder if he's... Wait, does he? He does. I don't see it on his chest. Okay, they do have the foam. Foam is now going on this B wall. So let's see how this push begins.
Wall is now blown for this BLC side. Monty and Cream Baby both on the opposite sides of this wall. A little bit of damage done onto Michi, but Michi was able to get off that insend and do a little bit of damage back onto Cream Baby. Coative pushes up, takes out Monty Rodzi, and Kazoo Dude takes out Muncie on that red. So now Cybermilk, the only player on red. Stinger taking out Ruby Doobie Booby, and now Stinger pushing up, seeing to take out one, but is unable to, and still able to hold his life. So good job by him to keep the numbers up. Line of Judah, able to take out Coative. Stinger gets taken out by Line of Judah as well. Cybermilk now takes out Cream Baby, and looking to see if he can get another pick on that push-up. Michi taking out Line of Judah. Now it is all up to Kazoo Dude outside on 1 HP, and Cybermilk able to take him out. So now that is 2-0 in the hands of Zero. And it's not looking very likely for BLC, especially losing that first map.
Still early on, though. You're only down 2-0. Maps can flip in an absolute instant. So you never know with either of these teams. Maybe BLC is not the best on the attack, and you might see them do better on the flip side, or even maybe have a bit of a comeback here on the attack still. I mean, you never know with how these games or these maps are going to shape out. But, oh, I got to flip my scoreboard because Zero is actually up. Oh, my lord. Hold on. I had my things flipped over. 0-1 map 1 as well. Let me flip this again. Ugh. So much to do. But it's definitely a good showing so far from the beginning for Zero. Up 2-0 right now. And if you look at the economy, Zero is balling in the money. 4 full buy rifles to BLC's none. Oh, they're BLC, the whole team is sticking with those SMGs. And Zero is going to hold this aggressive and try to hold down this B wall. Line of Judah pops the door open now. Kazoo with that drone coming into the B breach. Checks out the flank a little bit. Drone is shot out though quick by Michi. But on the backside of A, you have 3 players on the BLC team about to break through the back of A. Stinger, though, kind of leaning on the door, maybe waiting for someone. There's a door blocker on the A door, though, so that is something to keep in mind here. as we start this push. Modzy. Oh, with the nade toss, almost takes out Ruby. Ruby gets taken down to about half health. Cream Baby's really low. One shot, but they do not have a stim, though. So Lion of Judah pushing up, looking at that door blocker, but the rotate did not fool ZER0 at all. They're all ready for it. Wall bangs, everything is coming out right now. Getting some shots up.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Lion of Judah able to take out Muncie. I'm having technical difficulties with my mic. I don't know what is happening. I think I have to restart my laptop. But Lion of Judah able to push up, take out Stinger. Michi takes refrags in him and takes out a second player, Modzy. But Ruby able to refrag. Cream Baby able to take out Coative. So now it is all up to Cybermilk as Cybermilk takes out Kazoo Dude and a unfortunate TK. On his players in Cybermilk, able to take out Ruby, so it was a 3-1, or maybe even, I think it might have been a 4-1, and Cybermilk able to clutch up, taking out one player, taking out the final player, and a TK.
Dude, the way my jaw dropped when Cyber threw that grenade, that was a green FN if I've ever seen one. And he didn't use guided throwing either. He just like quick peeked the door and just tossed it. And it landed right onto Ruby's feet in detrimental play. Mental errors coming from the BLC team. TKing their own teammate. And ZER0 up 3-0 right now. And what a performance right now for Cybermilk. 5-0. He's got an infinite KD. So it is a good showing from the ZER0 side. But once again, it is still early on in the game. BLC can still flip things around. All it takes is a single round, and you can, like you'd be saying, you can snowball off of that and lead yourself to a victory, but you have to lock in. You can't let your mental get down. You got to focus up, win these rounds, win your ones, and win the game.
Both of these teams are pushing to win the game, so... But we already get into this round. Drone going out onto green. I feel like this game has been a little quick as these players are pushing up super quick, taking control of everything that they can. Stinger sitting in sight of B with 2, maybe even 3 players towards the red side. Now, 1 player in Michi able to push back, and Coative and Muncie now the 2 standing players in red. Cybermilk pushes up, trying to take out that drone. And not sure if he was able to, but Lion of Judah with his squad sitting in this hallway. Incen goes out, a little bit of damage done on Modzy and Cream Baby, but does not take them out as Stinger pushes up, takes out Ruby. Cream Baby able to refrag, but Michi able to refrag Stinger, or excuse me, refrag Ruby, and now Modzy along with Kazoo Dude are the only 2 remaining players as Cybermilk and Kazoo Dude able to take out players of their own, and Michi pushes up, takes out Modzy, and Muncie takes out Kazoo Dude. So now it is looking all up for this ZER0 squad, up 4-0, and if you're BLC, I mean, your mental has to be pretty low right now, but again, like you were saying over and over, it is not over yet. If you can win these next 2 rounds and possibly like use that momentum to win the pistol round.
Oh, Scorch. Okay, Scorch. I don't know what just happened to Scorch. Oh, hello. I don't know what's happening with Scorch. He is disconnected.
I just keep having technical difficulties.
We get what you were saying though, but ZER0 putting on a show for Michi's mom. So shout out to ZER0 right now. Up 4-0. And like you said, the morale has to be down for BLC, but you say it once, time and time after again, it's not over until it is over. I have faith. I have faith in BLC to be able to turn this around. Make a game out of this. Win a couple rounds here. Hopefully end this half on a better note than it has been so far. But the way it's looking, ZER0 is just... they're putting on a show right now.
We are also very glad, Michi's mother, that you got him that VR for Christmas. So now we get into round 5 as ZER0 is still remaining on the defensive side. Well, yeah, obviously. But BLC elects to go for a green play as Coative sitting close onto that gym, trying to prevent any players from pushing up. Michi taking out Lion of Judah, also taking out Ruby, now pushing up so you can take out any more players. Flash goes out, perfect flash onto these two players. Michi still flash, nade goes out, no damage. Muncie able to take out Mazirazzi with that Incen. Now 5-2 quickly as Cream Baby able to take out Coative. C4 goes out, does not do any damage as Cybermilk able to take out Cream Baby, and Kazoo able to take out Stinger. So now it is all up to Kazoo Dude as these players are hunting him down, and Cybermilk jumps down and takes out Kazoo Dude. And in very, very quick fashion, ZER0 looking to shut the door on BLC from ever able to even claim a round.
That was such an aggressive defensive hold, and I am all here for it. I can't believe Cyber just ran out and killed him, though. That is such an aggressive thing, because the second you step out, you're being tracked. The enemy team can see you through the walls the second you step out of the building. But Cybermilk, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. He's like Rambo. He walked in there, got that pick, jumped out the window. Very impressive half here from ZER0. And you know all the momentum here is in ZER0's favor. If they can force a 6-0 lockout, I don't see any way of them losing this map.
It is very, very difficult for this BLC side. They need to come up with something. I would say if they can secure this round, it is looking somewhat better. If they can secure this round, go into defense and stop that dominant attack that ZER0 had pushed the previous 2 rounds of the last map, like it is going to be a tough task to ask, but I have seen a lot more worse happen. Incen goes out, Flash goes out, and an S-tier frag onto Coative by Lion of Judah, and that was a good flash to keep Coative guessing as to where he was, and the nade blew up right in front of him. 2 flashes go out to take control. A lot of wall bangs done onto all 9 of these players. No damage, however. And it seems like with the use of the eco that ZER0 has accumulated from these rounds, they're just buying wallbang guns. Lion of Judah getting a headshot done onto him through the walls. So these players are very low as Michi able to take out Lion of Judah. And now it is 4-4 with still a lot of damage being done onto these BLC players.
Stinger swinging the door, but Modzy, oh my god, it is just raining gunfire right now. 3v3 and a C4 takes out Modzy. S-tier throw from Michi right there. It's all up to Kazoo and Ruby here. They're both low as Michi gets a wall bang, and it's all up to Kazoo. And Muncie finishes it off in ZER0 with a 6-0 lockout. I mean, this could not have gone any better in the favor of ZER0.
It was just raining hellfire down onto this BLC squad. Like, it was just fire after fire. They were just using clip after clip, and they were just getting a lot of chip damage done. And then not to mention the beautiful utility placements. You saw incense being placed to take out players. You saw C4s being thrown to take out players. You saw nades being thrown. So this ZER0 squad really knows how to defend these sites and how to play against BLC especially, and they learned really well how to adapt and realize that BLC kind of panics in the motion of chaos. So they just tried to create as much chaos as they possibly could, and in doing so, I believe it was a flawless or what? No, there was a S-tier nade and to start the beginning of the round, but still dominant play by ZER0, and they used their eco perfectly to secure that round.
Cyber just has a beautiful stat line, 9-0-2. Michi putting on a show for his mother. I think his mom being here has given him superpowers, as he is 11-2 right now, so great showing. Let's see how never mind. I cursed him. My fault, Michi. Died to trip mines. Ruby takes out one on the breach, and Lion of Judah just barely not sitting in this fire. Stinger out in the hall. It's a 5v2, 4v2 as Stinger takes out one. The rest of these players are inside except for Kazoo. Kazoo on that kitchen flank now. Muncie walks in, takes out one. Now it's a 3v2. And now it's a 2v2 as Stinger takes out one. So what a flip from the ZER0 side with the potential of a 7-0 lockout. It's all up to Cream Baby and Modzy to get this retake going. EMP is down behind the B bomb and it's ticking away. Muncie takes one out and now it's a 1v1. Modzy able to get the refrag. Both of these players are one shot right now to the head. I think it would take 2 body shots to kill Stinger, 1 body shot to kill Modzy. So let's see who shoots who first. They're about to run into each other on this doorway, and Stinger gets the shot off first. And with a round that looked like it should have gone into BLC's favor, somehow ZER0 pulled it out.
That was a generational collapse right there. Like, it was just BLC had full control of that site, and they just kept giving up bodies. They kept giving up ones onto Michi from Jim, and it was just one after the other after the other. And then a player trying to flank ended up giving a 1v1 to Stinger, and Stinger able to capitalize on that 1v1, making it a 2v2. Then Michi making it a 1v2 while pushing up, not being able to have that other player with him. And it was good use of individual team play by this BLC squad. They played individually. They needed to play as a team there, and unfortunately they were not able to capitalize and on that 4-2, and ZER0 able to shut them out 7-0, winning 2-0.
Dominant showing here from ZER0, but still BLC, hopefully they can watch this and learn maybe different ways to combat this. Maybe they just had people in the wrong spots or in the wrong areas. Maybe they can see how their plays are developing. This is great. This is the great footage to go over to learn what you have done right and what have you done wrong. That's what these casts are for. But ZER0 wins it 2-0. Shout out to both these teams for letting me and Scorch cast. You guys are awesome. But that will do it, everyone. Good game from both these teams. I'm your host, Juice, joined today by the GOAT, Scorch himself. Scorch, do you have any last words before we go?
Just that I have to agree with you, and don't use this as we lost on the BLC side. Obviously you lost, but use it as a learning experience. You got casted, so you're able to go back in the cast and realize what you did wrong, what you need to work on, how all that stuff ended up panning out. So yeah, just to basically reiterate what you had said, and good gameplay by both of these teams today.
It was a great game. Adios, everyone. I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye, Michi's mom. Goodbye, Michi. Love you guys.
Bye, Michi's mom.